You're watching Xhale Yoga. My name is Daniel. We are out here in the Nowsphere, deep in the heart of the yoga capital of the universe, Austin, Texas. Let's practice yoga vinyasa with baby cannabis. Find an easy seat, ground the base, elongate the spine, elevate the crown to its fullest expression, leave the palms open to receive, close the eyelids, turn inward, and begin to focus on breath.
Shit, now we can hear her.
Reducing reaction. Experience each inhale as it flows through the within.
Unmuted? Everyone's unmuted. I don't know.
Each exhale, releasing distraction.
Yeah, it's okay.
Reducing reaction to only inhales, only exhales. 5 more on your own. Two. And then at the bottom of this exhale, you can flicker the eyes open. And for the rest of this exercise, we'll be connecting breath to movement in a flowing, at times rigorous meditation. Palms reach out, shoulders back. Inhale to swing the palms over the crown, big stretch at the top. Exhale, thumbs to heart center, Anjala Mudra. Repeat, palms reach out and sweep this inhale over the crown, palms connect, lengthen. Exhale, thumbs down. One more, just like this, palms reach out like the wings of an eagle. We soar even greater. Exhale to heart. Let's stretch the side body, float the left palm, then let's lean to the left here. Removing any bend from this right elbow, maximizing the stretch from the fingertip all the way throughout the side body, then contract the core and rotate the heart towards space. All things deliberate. Draw this right shoulder back and plug it in. After 2 more breath cycles, we'll flow together to the opposite side, but I'll count it off so we can flow together, happening here in 3, 2, then 1. Here we go. Two. And then at the bottom of this breath, press both palms into the air, reach out and shake it out. Squeeze the navel, breathe in. Exhale, shift forward to a tabletop position with palms shoulder width distance apart, knees hip width distance apart. Untuck the toes, rotate the eyes of the elbows slightly forward, begin to activate the breath, engage the core, drop the belly, lift the gaze, cow pose. Exhale to press curl round the spine, cat. Inhale, lowers the heart, float the tail, Vidhalasana. Exhale to round the spine, create space, Ajarayasana. Take several more rounds of cat and cow to the pace rhythm of the inhale, followed by the exhale. Then after 3 cats and 3 cows, return to all 4 pillars, solid form. Leave the knees aligned with the hips as we begin to traction. Then trace the palms forward here for puppy dog. Aiming the heart to the mat, sinking and surrendering here, finding stillness for gravity's last stand, Shasosana. Option to stay here or rise into the fingertips to engage even deeper. And even as we sink and find stillness, continue to observe the pattern, follow the rhythm of the inhale Then you exhale. 2 more breaths while I remember to mute everyone. And then at the tail of this exhale, you begin to retraction, retread the palms back beneath the shoulder blades in a vertical line. Engage, tuck the toes. Inhale, extend the hips upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. First one of this exercise. Pedal it out. Organic movements here, stepping into each heel, bending into opposite knee, finding what feels natural. Flow with the movement. Then on this next inhale, shift the gaze forward, then rise onto the tops of toes. Then with straight legs, navel in, small steps, walk forward to the top of the mat. Then fold, Uttanasana, ragdoll variation. Reach for opposite elbows, surrender the weight of the crown. Option to maintain a soft bend or a deep bend in the knees. Allow the torso to sway back and forth. Stay here or option to cross the forearms at the base of the nape, reaching for opposite shoulders if this serves you. For 2 more breaths. Then at the tail of this exhale, carefully release the bind, lowering the fingertips to the mat. Hollow out the belly, and on this next inhale, begin to unravel the spine, one vertebra at a time. To equal standing, mountain, Samatahiti, finding our roots here. Beginning at the soles, distribute evenly as you stand up straight with the shoulders back, narrowing the distance between the navel and the spine. Then on this next inhale, reverse swan dive, palms soar above. Exhale to spread the wings and hinge forward, Uttanasana. Inhale to lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the palms, then step the right toes to the back of the mat, runner's lunge. And let's build this foundation. The asana begins at the sole of the left foot, left knee, left heel on a vertical straight line. Fully engage the right leg as you plant the right palm, contract, twist, then reach open to the left, revolved 8, crescent moon A. Then on this next inhale, the left palm's gonna dial to the back of the mat, half circle. Exhale to dial the palm forward, runner's lunge. As you plant the right palm, step the left heel back and stack it, side plank to the left. Extend the left palm to a 12 o'clock position. Now, if the wrists are tender or arm balances aren't available to you, you may stagger the feet for balance, come down to the length of shin, or even forearm. As long as the core is active and the hips are elevated, your side plank is good. One more breath into the side body, and exhale to soften the left palm down to a plank position, top of a push-up. Firm line hips, heels, crown, look forward. Press firm into both palms to get the most rise in the arms. Breathe deep. And on the exhale, slow motion, grounding the heart, untucking the toes, leaving the elbows against the ribs as you sweep the heart from the floor. Baby cobra. Exhale to ground, soften. 2 more, lift up, baby cobra. This time, remove pressure from the fingertips. Use the strength of the lower body to stay elevated. Inhale and lift. Exhale to ground. One more just like this time rising onto the fingertips and walk them to the corners of the mat. Then on this next inhale, either halfway lift baby cobra, or if you have full cobra available to you this practice, extend the arms completely. Keep the neck elongated for a full cycle of breath. Exhale to ground. Reach at the fingertips beneath the shoulder blades. Elbows come back to the ribs. Tuck the toes, engage the core. Then on this next inhale, press up, firm line of energy, Kumbhakasana, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Shift the gaze forward, please. Bend the knees deeply. Step or jump to the top of the mat and fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, root to rise, hollow out the belly, palms reach out. And let's lift this vibration. Palms connect, extend. Exhale, lower the thumbs to the third eye and bow forward in service of your practice. Lift up halfway, flat spine. Exhale, plant the palms and step the left toes to the back of the mat and find the foundation. Rooting down through the left toes, maintain a solid vertical base. It is from this base we shall construct a myriad of cosmic expressions, planting the left palm, contract, twist, and then reach open to the right. Parivrita Ashtha Chandrasana A. Then on this next inhale, the left palm, right palm is going to dial to the back of the mat, half circle. Exhale to dial the palm forward for runner's lunge. Anjaneyasana, plants the left palm as you step the right heel back and stack it. Side plank to the right. One more slow side body breath into the base. And exhale to soften the right palm back down to a plank. Challenge here to draw in, drag and sip in the longest, slowest, deepest breath of this day. And on the exhale, slow motion, either baby cobra or freeze at low plank chaturanga. Untucking the toes, pressing upward facing dog, legs active, knees hover. Exhale, downward facing dog. This set of actions is the vinyasa for this exercise. I offer a bunch. Challenge yourself, accept them all, or skip them as necessary. Shift the gaze forward, please. Bend the knees deeply. Step, arrive to the top of the mat, then fold, Uttanasana. Inhale to salute the sun. Palms reach out this time. This time, interlacing the thumbs, creating resistance, locate the center. Draw the biceps back by the ears, melt the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in, slow, deep, full. Exhale to flurry forward, fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant the palms, step or leap back to low plank chaturanga dandasana. Then move through this vinyasa. One inhale, upward facing dog. Per one exhale, downward facing dog. Let's check our dogs here. By shortening the stance, walk the palms toward the toes far enough to make heel to earth contact. And for the next 3 breaths, explore the space beneath the skin and connect to the body mind. The body is the unconscious mind. It is here. Look, listen. What does it speak to you? Then from this space, continue to walk the palms all the way to the back of the mat, folding forward as you squeeze the navel in, bend the knees deep, sink the hips low, hover the palms, then inhale to extend the palms over the crown, Utkatasana chair. Exhale to sink, squeeze, then breathe in. We are compressing organs. We are activating metabolism. We're stimulating digestion. Then on this next exhale, can you sink a little deeper. Can you squeeze a little more firmly? Then breathe in. Exhale to dive forward and fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, lower the palms and walk them forward back to your normal downward facing dog. Sun salutation V. Tilt the hips back. This next inhale extends the right heel high, three-legged down dog, first 3 breaths. Press through the heel, rotating the forefoot toward the mat. Lengthen, strengthen, sharpen. Next 2 breaths, bending the right knee, rotating the hips, stacking right over left, while maintaining equal pressure into the palms. Breathe in, extend the right heel, point the toes, engage. Exhale, draw the knee to your nose, curl, shift forward, freeze. Inhale to swing the right heel back to space. Exhale, draw the knee to nose, curl, shift forward, and step forward, runner's lunge. Prepare the foundation, engage the core, and then give rise, crescent warrior. With each inhale, expanding as prana floats. Each exhale, revising, settling the foundation, achieving buoyancy into this left leg, connected to the deep strength, the deepest strength, the ability to lift yourself. Then on this next inhale, reach even greater, squeeze more firmly. Then we're going to bring the palms together, happening in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the thumbs to the heart and twist to the right. Left elbow anchors securely to the outside of the right knee. Pressing the palms firm. Dristi elevated 45 degrees up to the right. As your left toes are facing forward, but you're staying connected, keeping that full body awareness. One more full cycle of breath. And then at the bottom of this exhale, going to reach back forward and lift up, crescent warrior. And on the exhale, listen carefully. We're rotating the left heel down and opening into warrior 2. Hips open, right knee is in a straight line over the forward facing toes. If for any reason the knee is tilted inward or off kilter, proper form is to take this right sit bone and press it inward as it presses the left one away, then lean forward, lunge forward, creating this invisible line of energy from the right heel to the arch of the left foot. Turn the front palm and reach up, peaceful warrior. And on the exhale, we're going to cartwheel the palms down frame by frame. Left palm rotates with the left toes into runner's lunge as you step the right heel back three-legged. As you fall halfway chaturanga, then the toes follow. Then float you through this three-legged vinyasa. One breath per one action, back to downward facing dog. DFD, side B, tilt the hips back. Next inhale, extends the left heel high. Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana, second verse, same as the first. First 3 breaths, find your fullest expression. Next 2 breaths, bending the left knee, rotating the hip, left over right. Inhale, extends the left heel, point the toes, prepare. Exhale, knee to nose, curl, shift forward, freeze. Inhale to swing the left heel back to space. Exhale, knee to nose, curl, shift forward, then step forward, Anjaneyasana. Prepare, engage, then ascend, Astra Chandrasana. Stay fierce, stay focused. One more inhale reaches you greater. And we're gonna bring the hands together, happening again in tres, dos, uno. Breathe in. Exhale, thumbs to heart, and twist to the left. Right elbow connects to the outside of the left knee. Twisting, turning, torquing, deepening. One more full cycle of breath. And then at the bottom of this breath cycle, reach back up through Crescent Warrior and exhale, open up Virabhadrasana 2. Turn the palm and reach up, Pariparita Virabhadrasana. And exhale, articulate as we rainbow the palms down and take this vinyasa, step back and flow with the movement. Back to downward facing dog. All right, friends, we're gonna repeat this sequence again. This Sun B, this time one breath, this time one movement, this time one breath per one movement. Here we flow. Shift the gaze forward, please bend the knees deeply. Step or pounce to the top of the mat, then fold forward. Squeeze the navel in, bend the knees deep, sink the hips, hover the palm, then reach up into chair. Exhale to sink, then squeeze and breathe in. Exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Vinyasa, plant the palms, step or jump back, flow. Downward facing dog. Next inhale extends the right heel high, three-legged. Exhale steps you forward, Anjaneyasana. Inhale, lift up, Astra Chandrasana. Exhale, open up, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, Pariparita Virabhadrasana. Exhale, Vinyasa, step back and flow with the movement. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Side B extends the left heel high, three-legged. Exhale to step on through runner's lunge. Solid and firm. Inhale, lift up, Crescent Warrior. Exhale, open up, Warrior 2. Inhale, Peaceful Warrior. Exhale, windmill the palms down, Vinyasa, meet and downward facing dog. All right, friends, let's take a short break here. Child's pose, Balasana. Seal the base of the hips to the heels as you extend the palms forward and give the third eye down, or option to reach the palms behind you, left open to receive. Or you can come seated to heels like a thunderbolt, cupping the palms, and take a sip of water. New friends, old, I speak each level in this space. Option to follow each cue carefully, option to listen to what speaks to you, option to tune this out and go with the flow. This practice belongs to you, so if at any point throughout this exercise you find yourself chasing the breath and losing this connection, proper form is to seek rest until you're ready to dive back in. Shift forward, please. Downward facing dog. From down dog, shift forward to a plank position, solid, firm breath. Breathe in. Exhale, slow motion. Ground the heart for Sphinx. Walk the palms forward, spread the fingers apart. Forearms stay parallel. Elbows about an inch in front of the shoulders. The forefoot active, knees hover, lift the heart. So friends, we saluted the sun, we established the foundation, but thou shall not pass the core. The core is the source of your physical power. So tuck the toes, engage the center column, and then extend the hips up into a firm line for forearm plank for 60 counts beginning now. 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Disengage. Side out. Lower the chin to the mat. Align the heart. Keep the forefoot active. Knees hover. Squeeze the center mid as you take the palms to the base of the spine. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms. And then extend the fists over the tailbone, lifting the forefoot into this locust expression. Dare to breathe. Option to stoke the Kali Mudra by extending the index finger, wrapping the thumbs. One more inhale lifts you even greater. And exhale to carefully disengage. Retread the palms beneath the shoulder blades, elbows back to the ribs. Then press the hips up, back to the heels for our Thunderbolt Vajrasana, as it is in Sanskrit. So friends, this is a good alternative resting posture to child's pose. Cupping the palms, sit up straight, shoulders back, core active always ever, in here, out there, but especially out there and in here. From here, let's practice some vertical back bends. So let's rise onto the knees for Ustrasana camel pose. Keep the shins parallel, toes tucked or untucked, but the first primary principle of vertical back bends is you keep the thighs flexed and press forward, buttock engaged. Then you take the palms to the base of the hips as you squeeze the center middle, lift the heart, tilt the head back, drawing the elbows closer, bending from top to center, camel. And if this is going well and you want more engagement, you can release the spine for the heels with the thighs still pressing forward. Over time, perhaps achieving enough of a back bend to get an upside down view of the back of the room. Remember, friends, you are as young as your spine is flexible. 2 more breaths. And then at the bottom of this breath cycle, carefully release the bind as you circle the palms back over the crown. Exhale, seated to heels. Shift the hips to either side, then extend the legs forward. Staff pose, Dandasana. Sit up straight, shoulders back. Distribute evenly along the base. Then reach the palms forward, keep the arms plugged in. And from here, we're gonna hover the shins parallel to the floor and to the ceiling, but draw the shoulders back. Keep the neck elongated and look straight up. Navasana, boat pose. Exhale, lower to a hover without pinning the shoulders, without tapping the heels. Express the lungs and breathe up and lift, high boat. Exhale, low boat, hover, freeze, chill, wait for it. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low boat, 3 out of 5, which leaves 2 more. Here we flow. Number 4, lift up. Exhale, lower to a simmer. Now, friends, on this last one, how many fibers can you activate? How slowly can you articulate this high boat expression? Breathe in. Exhale, lower to a hover for 10, 9, point the toes, 8, scissor kicks, 7, 6, or find angels in the carpet, free falling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, disengage. Sigh it out. Keep the arms extended along the side body, face down with the palms. Press through the heels, big toes together to touch. Squeeze the core. Then on this next inhale, legs come up the wall pose here. Some inversion here to get some fresh blood moving from the lower to the upper. Stay here, or if you have a shoulder stand in your practice, you can press up and reach for the base of the hips as you extend the legs. Point the toes north, distributing evenly along the elbows, triceps, shoulders, neck stays long, core engaged, especially if you want to revolve this into halasana, plow pose, by extending the toes over beyond the brow, compressing the throat chakra. Then when you are ready to disengage, carefully bend the knees to the ears, then unravel the spine, one vertebra at a time, replanting the soles. Left hand finds the heart, left hand to the heart, right hand to the belly, and just let the knees sway to and from as we reconnect. Next challenge. We're going to traction the palms to the base of the thighs, then begin to start rocking and rolling your frame up and down the length of the mat until one of 3 easy seat sukhasana is good, or maybe gain enough momentum to roll to equal standing mountain pose, or maybe some of you want to cross the legs and roll through to chaturanga and take a vinyasa. All levels means choose your own adventure. And then we'll all meet standing in the center of the mat. So as we transition from segment to segment, we reestablish the base. Excuse me. So let's find a strong, sturdy mountain. And then from here, tonight we're going to take the tree sequence. If you're not ready for the sequence in tree, I'll cue for you to stop. But from here, we're going to reverse swan dive palms, reach above. Exhale, thumbs to heart center, Anjali Mudra. So let's rise into the left toes, knee comes forward. Then open the knee over to the left. And then one of 3 to plant tree, either heel to the low calf or drag the heel to the thigh crease, or take the half lotus bind over the right thigh. The half lotus bind is required if you're going to take the sequence. If not, That's cool too. So if you're in the half lotus bind, we're going to take the palms out to a T, and then we're going to actively eagle wrap. The arms left swings under to the right, crossing at the forearms, shimmying the palms together. Stay here or begin to make your descend into the sole of the right foot. Find the center and then extend the elbows up to the shoulders for its fullest expression. Concentrate, only inhales, only exhales. And remember, friends, failure is always an option because failure is always informative. 2 more breaths. And then when you're ready, you can carefully unwind and gracefully step to the left. Side B, back from mountain, reverse swan dive, palms touch, exhale, thumbs to heart. Now let's rise into the right toes, knee forward, and then open this knee over to the right. And then 1 of 3, rinse, repeat, plant the tree. Find a drishti, a point of focus so that you can tune out and tune in. If you're in the half lotus bind, let's draw the palms back out to a Y and then eagle wrap actively the right arm underneath the left tricep, crossing at the forearms. One side may be unlike the other. Stay here or begin to make your descend. Find the center. Stay present. Two more breaths. And then at the tail of this exhale, carefully unwind and step like a legend to the right. All right. Let's all step up to the top of the mat. And let's reverse swan dive and salute the sun one more glorious time. Exhale to flurry forward. Lift up halfway. And exhale, plant the palms, step back to down dog, or take a vinyasa. It's up to you. Downward facing dog. All right, friends. Main course, daily bread. Here we flow. Tilt the hips back. Extend the right heel high, 3-legged. Exhale to step it forward. Runner's lunge, solid and firm. Dial the left heel down, lining up the right heel to the arch of the left foot as if you're going to balance on a tightrope, and crawl the left fingertips forward. How gracefully can you expand and fan open, warrior 2. 5 breaths, 5 points of light in this constellation. That is Virabhadrasana 2. Number 1 is a deep lunge in the right knee, toes forward. For number 2, a fully engaged left leg, lateral edge, either parallel or a slight inner rotation in the hips. 3, shoulders and hips are squared forward. For number 4, a straight line of energy from fingertip to fingertip. Then number 5, crown elevated to its fullest, drishti flowing just past the right middle finger. Turn the palm and reach up, peaceful warrior. Stay, hold, freeze, breathe, deep lunge, inhale. Exhale to dial the palms to a 12 and 6 position, extended side angle. Option to rest the elbow to the top of the thigh above the knee. Option to hover the forearm to the inside of the right ankle as you extend the south paw to a 12 o'clock position. Noon or midnight matters less, unless you have an alternative expression, perhaps the 45-degree straight line of energy, or even a bind behind the spine, or even bird of paradise. Side angle is the peak posture for this exercise, which means we are here for approximately 2 extra breaths. Birds and binds, you're in a time zone of your own. Side angles. 2 more breaths. One more breath within. Always stay for the breath without. It's at the bottom of the exhale. Rotate the palms back up to warrior 2. Exhale, side out. Then lengthen through this right leg. Shift the hips back, keep the arms parallel, setting up for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Surf the upper half forward, then dial the palms back into a vertical line. Take up space. Imagine you're carrying a large canvas through a narrow corridor. Stay connected, and you'll be the observer, not the actor. Triangle, side angle, warrior 2, and reverse warrior all share an identical vertical base. One more cycle of breath. Then at the bottom of this exhale, carry the palms back up to a horizontal line and spin the heels over here to our 5 points of light, a 5-pointed star, Utthita Tadasana, with both feet forward, lateral edges parallel. First 3 breaths, sparkle, shimmer, shine, take up space. When you do, your frequency increases, your esteem levitates. Then sealed Digyan Mudra, index finger and the thumbs. Spread the wings wide, press the heart forward, squeeze the center middle, breathe deep. And on the exhale, a wide-legged forward bend. Prasarita Padottanasana. Turn the palms, interlace the fingers, then press the fists north to the crown. Option to stoke the Kali Mudra. Over time, perhaps experimenting heel toeing wide enough to make contact from the crown to this earth. Stay connected and perhaps even discover a speck of rest at the bottom of this position for 2 more breaths. And then at the bottom of this exhale, carefully release the bind, lowering both palms to the ground, connecting the thumbs in a straight line. Stay low. And hover the palms an inch. And then spread the wings a mile. Then on this inhale, we flare back open to our 5 points of light. Woo! Rotate the right heel to the front of the mat. And without seam, we step into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, windmill the palms down. Vinyasa. Step back and flow. Downward facing dog. Side B, extends the left heel high, 3-legged. Exhale to step on through Anjaneyasana. Dial the right heel down, lining up the left heel to the arch of the right foot as if you're gonna balance on a paddleboard. Crawl the right fingertips forward and spiral open, warrior 2. 5 breaths, 5 opportunities. 5 inhalations expand you. 5 exhalations revise you. deepen, straighten, sharpen. Turn the palm and reach up. Peaceful warrior, but stay for the exhale. Maintain the deep lunge, 90 degrees into the left leg. Breathe up, look north. Then exhale to dial the palms back to 12, back to 6. Utthita Parsvakonasana. Birds and vines, do the things. Side angles. The ability to observe without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence. 2 more breaths. And then at the bottom of this breath cycle, lift the palms back up through warrior 2. Exhale, sigh it out. Lengthen through the left leg. Shift the hips back, arms parallel. Setting back up for triangle. And clothesline the upper half forward. Dial the palms back into a vertical line. One more cycle of breath. And then at the tail of this exhale, lift the palms back up to a T and spin the heels over here to the right, back to our 5 points of light. Now keep in mind, friends, that my right and left may differ from yours from segment to segment, as I'm one part mirroring and also making an effort to face the camera. So this time, heels in, toes out. Let's bring these palms together, happening in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, Skandasana, into the right knee. Rest the elbow to the top of the thigh, above the knee, or anchor the elbow to the inside of the right ankle, pressing the palms as you lift the left toes, lengthening from the crown to the tail, or tenting up on the right fingertips and opening up to the left for aesthetic. Then from here, palms press down, press back up, twinkle, twinkle. Hands back together, happening. Trace, dos, uno, breathe in. Skandasana, to the left, drop the elbow. Or add aesthetic. And from here, palms press down, press back up, and raise the jazz. Woo! And on the breath out, let's lower the palms to the thighs. Sink low, look forward, breathe deep. Exhale, lower the left shoulder, gaze over right. Stay. Use the palm to press it, twist it, turn it, torque it, bend it. One more cycle. And at the bottom of this breath, return back to center. Full deep body breath. Exhale, lower the right shoulder, gaze over left. One more. And at the tail of this exhale, return back to center, seal the Yan Mudra, these things right here. And then we're gonna raise up all the way up, expanding. New name for this posture, friends. We're gonna call it from now on, Exploding Star. Breathe in and exhale. We're gonna drop down into Goddess Pose, sink low. Align the spine with the crown. Be the burn. Option to take organic movements, swaying from side to side. As long as you're connecting breath to the movement, hear that breath with the movement, you're in that flow state. You don't even have to know how to dance. Just breathe and move. And then you're working your first instrument like a concert. All right, return back to center. On this next exhale, can you sink a little deeper? Ooh, can you burn a little more brightly? Yes. And then at the bottom of this breath, we flare back open to our 5 points of light. Someone else give me a woo. Woo! Dial the left heel to the front of the mat. Step into warrior 2. Turn the palm and reach up, peaceful warrior. And exhale, last vinyasa of class. Express yourself. Downward facing dog. All right, friends, we're already to the cool off. With this next inhale, extend the right heel high, 3-legged. Setting up for half pigeon. Exhale, draw the knee forward, rest it behind the right wrist. Drape the torso over the thigh. Extend the left leg behind you, toes untucked. Walk the palms and elbows inbound, find the center. Press up, vertical pigeon. Glance over the left shoulder, make sure the toes are straightened. And on the exhale, resting pigeon. Walk the palms forward to either the forearms or extend them completely, giving the third eye a down. Three more breaths. And when you are ready, you can begin to reanimate this pigeon one feather, one quill at a time. Retraining the palms back beneath the shoulder blades in a vertical line. Engage, tuck the left toes in, prepare, and then press up and extend the right heel back to space, 3-legged Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Bending the right knee, rotating the hip, organic movements here, clockwise, counterclockwise, or otherwise if you have wild thing in your practice and want to flip your dog, hover the right palm and then turn the torso over to the left while extending the hips upward with the right palm reaching forward, facing up. The left palm is the primary pillar of support. Know thyself. And then, and only when you are ready to rotate back over, how many fibers can you activate? How slowly, how much articulation can you express as you extend the heel into this extended side plank, rotating into a 3-legged down dog on an inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog or bonus logos vinyasa. Side B, extends the left heel high, 3-legged for half pigeon. Draw the knee forward. Drape the torso. Extend the right leg. Draw the palms and elbows toward the midline. Then press up vertical pigeon. Look over the right shoulder. Then go to sleep. I realize one thing about each of you, or at least for my friends out there watching that are non-believers, you can't stop me from praying for you in this position. 3 more breaths. Then, just as mindfully as you operated on its opposite, begin to reanimate one strand by one by one. Replace the palms, tuck the right toes, engage, prepare, and then press up, extending the left heel back to space, 3 legs, bending the knee, rotating the hip. Restorative action. Stay here, or Kamat Karasana. Hover the left palm, then turn over. The right palm is where it is at. Let it be known. Know thyself. Now imagine you're at the bottom of the sea. How slow can you flow? How many ripples can you create? How much transformation can you ignite? Combining a single breath, rotating inhale, 3-legged down dog, and exhaling downward facing dog. Or get that bonus logos. D, F, D. Tilt the gaze forward, please. Step through to a seat. Legs come forward. Staff. All right, sit up straight, shoulders back. We've been doing this every day now for how long? Since March 26th is like the 21st, 22nd day, every day. It's not getting more grueling. It's getting less grueling. So it's time to celebrate. Connect the pinky fingers and the thumbs. Open the petals of this lotus. And then reach up. Raise the chalice and fill your cup. Breathe deep. And exhale, a seated forward bend, reaching for the ankles, lateral edges of both feet. Or take the peace fingers here, reaching for the big toes and flexing yourself forward. Bringing awareness back to the core. The more firm you could squeeze the core, the deeper engagement you're going to achieve on these forward bends. And then when you're ready, you can carefully disengage. Let's take the wide-legged version of this practice. So take the heels wide, but keep the heels flexed. Again, we're setting up with a different type of foundation here, so distribute evenly, right? Lift the heart tall, squeeze the center middle, and then just using gravity, hinge forward here for this bend. Here's an option. You could traction the fingertips forward or take the peace fingers to the big toes if you want to flex yourself forward. But I advise never to force yourself into any of these asanas. If you build it, he will come. If you practice these asanas every day, you will become longer, you will become stronger. If you forget to check your ego at the door, you risk receiving an unwelcome visit from my old friend, the Hurt Fairy. And then when you're ready, carefully disengage. Let's draw the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Butterfly. Reach for the pinky edges of both feet. Pull the heels toward the root. Sit up straight. Or you could turn this into a forward bend by shrugging the shoulders and pressing the elbows into the calves. And then from here, you draw the knees back and extend the legs forward. See, a number of you in the comments want me to be less scripted and more just like off the cuff, but you're dealing with a lifelong loose cannon here. It's like I think of different stuff to say to you guys, like totally off the fly, but then quickly the built filter, not the one I was born with because I wasn't born with one, but the filter kicks in. It's like, yeah, there could be consequences if I just speak everything that I think is funny at the time. All right, you know who you are in the comments. Hover the palms, and then carefully, slow motion, make our way onto the shoulder blades. All right, bend the knees, walk the heels towards you. Keep the arms extended along the side body, palms face down. Longest finger reaches the heels, knees hip width distance apart. Setting up for Setu Bandhasana, which is bridge pose. First by exhaling any remaining wind from the lungs, and then inhale to extend the hips upward, pressing the palms firm into the mat. Keep the chin away from the chest. Option to take the bind if you want to interlace the fingers and extend the fists, tucking in one shoulder, then its opposite, the rising and sinking. And then if you still have the bind, be kind, rewind, and soften the spine. All right, friends, we can practice bridge again if you want more back bend, or if it's time for relaxation, you may draw the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall, draw the heels toward the root chakra, left hand heart, right hand belly. That's Baddha Konasana, which is reclined butterfly. Or if you still have some energy left over from this day that you're just itching to get out, we can practice wheel. So cue for wheel or take bridge or chill. So wheel goes like this. You plant the feet back in the same position as bridge, and then you plant the palms beside each ear, elbows come up, shoulder width distance apart. Now, before we lift off, I always have to mention, try to avoid going heels in, toes out on the lift off. That is the most common misalignment that I observe as an instructor from the under-initiated. So exhale, and then extend the hips up. And then we're going to lift up and raise the crown, option to make contact from the top of the crown back to the mat, or extend the arms completely and the hips upward for Urdhva Dhanurasana, upward facing bow. And then when you are ready to come back down, carefully tuck the chin and soften the shoulders and the spine. one at a time. From here, let's draw the knees into the heart. Give yourself a firm squeeze for all the order and all the logos. Reaching across the shins for opposite elbows like a tiny little package. Tuck the chin, point the toes. Option if you want to take happy baby, reach between the knees for the lateral edges of both feet with soles upward facing, body sinking, surrendering, dissipating, disappearing into the mat, that long forgotten space, free of care. This is the final posture for this session. If there's something I didn't think of or get around to that you want to practice, go for it here. Otherwise, when you're ready, you may fan and expand, open into your final relaxation, extending the arms and legs the length of the mat, heels to the corners. Allow the toes to fall. Leave the palms open to receive. Keep the shoulders grounded so that the heart stays elevated. This is your corpse pose. Shavasana. Then as we complete the cycle for our practice, it begins again with this next inhale. The first inhale into the new Nowsphere. The space for life is only ever lived. Send this awareness throughout the body, energetic. Let this light illuminate the heart space as it outflows, then inflows, passing through the throat chakra. Send this awareness into the third eye, the pineal gland, seat of intuition. Then reanimate by extending the palms beyond the crown. Long good morning stretch, point the toes, lengthen. And from here, bending into the knees and using the palms to align, then roll over to the left side body, placing the palm by the brow. And then from here, pressing back up to an easy seat Sukhasana. As we conclude this practice the same way we began. Thank you for sharing your practice with me and for the gift of your presence. And thank yourselves for stepping into radical action on this destinationless journey to become the greatest of all time at all the things only you are qualified to become: the kindest, wisest, most patient, most forgiving. There is no vibration that exceeds God's grace, longest, strongest version of yourself. Thank you, friends, for sharing Xhale with your friends. My name is Daniel. Good karma. Namaste.